c4, and now if bishop g4 here, which was a move we didn't look at, there's just
Now you can
queen
just pick,
c2.
yeah, queen c2, yeah.
Yeah, and like this is really comfortable here for white. Although again the machine likes the space.
Yeah. I think my OBS crashed, so if anyone is still
Okay.
here, maybe you need to refresh. I mean, it's back on now, but it went down for a second.
Ooh.
But it's back.
Yeah. Okay, so that's that game. So let's have a look at is it Sarah or Sarah?
Sarah, I think.
Sarah. Okay, right. Let's have a look at Sarah's. Oh, huh.
So this is the final position that we have on the board right now.
Yeah. And look. I mean, look at the difference between black's pieces and white's pieces. Black has put their knights on c6 and f6, best squares for the knights in the game. Black has put his rooks in the center of the board. Put its queen on d7. The bishop is out. This is a lovely position. And what's white doing? White is messing around, moving pawns, kings. Like white's position is not harmonious.
Yeah.
And now I suspect there's moves like there's what bishop g4. There must be lots of things here. It's just very good for the position is a lovely one for black.
Yeah.
Maybe like maybe even e takes f4. I don't think black wants to play e4 because that's just putting another pawn on. I think that's just yeah. You see, the machine doesn't like that as much because it's giving away the black squares and putting another pawn on the white squares, same as the bishop. But anyway, let's have a look at Sarah's game.
Okay. So let's have a look. Here it is. Quick draw.
Okay.
So we have Alekine.
All right. Yeah. Alex Baburin's almost only opening that he's
Yeah.
been playing
But
his
now,
whole career.
I think he started at the Olympiad. He played the Najdorf, I think.
He played the Perk, I think. Was it?
But he also plays Sicilian.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he plays odd variations of the Sicilian. Okay, and this is how I okay. I the only game I ever beat a grandmaster in, it was against Alex, and I played this e takes d6 line. But you play your knight. You take there, and Alex played this way, and you play knight c3. Now you want to avoid getting pinned, so you
Okay.
play knight c3, and if the bishop went well, the bishop can't go to g4 because we just take it.
Yeah, sorry, I
So
was showing that if the knight was gone after he's pinned.
yeah. So I think black plays something like bishop e7 and castles but I want to play bishop d3 and I want to play I think knight ge2 and the bishop comes out to e3 or f4 and I castle and I just have more space. Um, and in my game against Alex, which was that's many years ago now, but I was working at the opening for 2 weeks, 2 weeks preparation for the
Oh!
game. Yeah, and he made a weird move in about move 12, which looked really dangerous for me, and I found a response, which I ended up winning two minor pieces for rook and pawn. But he had a pass pawn on d2, and I spent a long time figuring out whether that pawn was good or bad, and in the end I decided it was bad, and it was, and it eventually dropped off, and I just won the ending. Um,
Hmm.
so yeah,
Well done.
only time to beat a GM.
That's really good.
Yeah. Anyway, Waterford Wizard. Good morning.
Good morning. Good afternoon.
Yeah. So okay. So knight c6, h3. Yeah, to stop bishop. Okay, and then we got this.
Okay, threatening to trade bishops later on,
No,
I
I
guess,
don't.
because
Maybe later. Yeah, but um,
okay, rook fd1. Um,
I think rook ad1 would be a better move, or maybe also I want to kick that bishop back on f5. I want to play maybe
g4.
even g4, maybe g4. Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
Okay, it's not the best.
but I guess there aren't any good squares for the bishop. Bishop d7 is the only move.
Well,
Or
you can
are
play
you gonna
bishop
play?
e4. You can play bishop
Really?
e4. Yeah,
Okay. Hmm.
yeah. I think maybe it's a bit too aggressive. So maybe that's not the way to do it. Okay, so what? Okay, now you play c. No, you play c5.
c5.
After I think c5, or but again, that's the thing that yeah. But now there's knight c4, not knight d7. You play knight c4 here. And yeah, bishop takes, pawn takes, and then there's pressure on the d4 pawn.
Oh. And can you
So
play d5?
uh,
Knight e5?
oh, you can play knight b4 to d3.
Hmm.
That's comfortable for black. Is fine for black.
Looks like it shouldn't be, but I guess so. The c4 pawn looks like it shouldn't be there.
Yeah, but you have this octopus of a knight going to jump into
Yeah.
d3. Yeah, folks, does anyone know that there's a famous game in Karpov against Kasparov, and Kasparov played this pawn sack in a Sicilian as black, and he ended up getting his knight to d3, and it was just it was horrible for Karpov. Um,
Hmm.
one of those great games from the World Championships in the 80s. And after that, a knight on d3 or a knight on d6 was known as the octopus.
I haven't seen it.
Good game, good game, good game. Worth looking up. Uh,
Okay, so she should have just played c5, but instead she
I
took.
think so. I
Yeah,
think
now
so.
you have
Yeah,
this isolated pawn on d4, which is gonna be hard to deal with.
yeah.
Um, okay, I
Oh,
guess they just traded it. So here, knight takes. Oh,
okay.
wait.
There's also knight b4 instead of taking on d5. Instead of taking on d5 immediately for black, black played knight b4 to take back with the knight. That looks much
Maybe
nicer.
rook c1.
But again, you just take on d5 now, and your knight that ends up there, it protects the c7 pawn, and it also attacks the bishop on f4. So, and you know, black will play c6 and slowly try and you know play queen b6, the rook a to d8. Just
Hey, Coffin.
play.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is your game. We have Coffin in the chat.
Oh, coffin.
Yeah, Coffin is Sarah.
Oh, okay. So that's why the game is definitely over then.
Yeah. Just a lot of trades, I guess, after here everything got traded.
Yeah, rook takes. Yeah, chop
So
chop.
you really wanted to get out of there. Well, at least now you can rest before the next game.
Yep. Okay, so that was that draw. Fair enough.
Oh, you didn't want to draw,
Uh,
but you're the one who offered, isn't it? Um, but wait, Sarah came in
anyway,
late, but let me just let's
Sarah,
just ask if
Sarah,
she played here.
Sarah, if you want, have a look at my annotations on ICU.ie. Look up my game O'Connor against Baburin, and I annotated it obviously for my greatest win ever. And but there's lots about the opening in that from memory. Uh, oh, are you dead again,
No, no, I'm not. I
Joanna?
was just asking if Sarah thought about c5, the move that you suggested.
Okay, no, Twitch seemed to, or maybe it was my connection here in the hotel. It because the Twitch was where it went all fuzzy,
Maybe it's from
and
last time. It's still recovering.
I only had one glass of wine. Come on.
No, I mean maybe the crash from last time is still recovering.
Nah, no, 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 no,
Because
no, no.
actually, maybe it did crash again. I don't know.
Okay. Anyway, let's have a look and see what else is there. Oh, there's Antonina's game.
Okay, let's have a look. Um,
Or Tosh Queen's game. Her phone was up. There's actually somebody else stream. I saw there was another board in the
oh,
majors.
Adriana's play is Palau. She's also a streamer. She's from Peru, but
Oh,
she
okay,
she actually lived in Galway before.
right,
So, but I think she doesn't live in Peru.
right. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Maybe
I
the
have to say,
same.
I can recommend going to Peru on holidays, folks. It's a great country.
Yeah, I've heard great things. South America in general.
Yeah, yeah. Good
I
music, good food,
good
happy people.
people. Yeah, good
Yeah,
weather.
yeah, it can be.
Why? Why not? Too hot.
Well, it can. It depends where. In Peru, there's like three climates. There's the coastal desert area. Then there's the mountains, which can be quite arid on one side. On the Pacific side, they're very dry. On the west side, the Atlantic side, they're very wet because they get lots of rain.
Yeah.
And then you've got the jungle, the tropical jungle, where it rains most days around midday.
Hmm.
Um, okay, so she played bishop. Yeah, her opponent played bishop b5 check, bishop d7 chop chop. Knight takes. Yeah, queen takes is the other move to take. That was the traditional way of taking. Um, but yeah, this looks quite good for white.
Ooh, G4.
Okay, what are we going to do here about that? That looks okay. So maybe we just say we're not going to panic. We're going to play knight e8 to c7.
Yeah,
We're going
she
to
played
play.
that actually.
Okay, right, yeah. And of course, if f5, you've got to. If white plays f5, then you're giving up the black squares, and a knight hops in on e5, hitting the queen, and we're all happy, happy, happy here.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think this will be fine. So,
E6 was played.
yeah, okay. b5, come on, b5, b5.
Yeah,
Yes,
nice.
way.
B4. Nice.
Yeah, yeah.
This looks
And now
nice.
you take. Oh no, 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 no! You take. You have
You
to.
take,
A taking must be the right move to play.
because you want the open C file.
Yes, I think so. And then you probably want to play what, queen e7, and put maybe the f rook on c8,
Hmm. And you're not worried about
or
F5?
no, because every time f5 happens, Oh, okay. Yeah. Maybe. Okay. Oh, maybe. I was going to say Queen H4, but again, Bishop F2 seems to be stopping that stuff. But no, here there's a yeah. I can see why she didn't want to play this
Maybe you can
because.
just play knight c5.
But now F5.
Oh yeah, now you don't have that square anymore.
Don't have that squared. The problem is
Yeah.
that C7 knight isn't great.
Mm, yeah.
C7 knight would
Can you
much
play
prefer to be
d5?
somewhere else. You can, but then there's E5. And okay,
At
we've
least
we've
now
got a
f5
we've got a
now.
French we've got a French style position. Yeah, it's
Maybe now you can go
possible.
knight in here. Oh no, this doesn't work because there's some
Knight C
discovered
is a
attacks.
knight C6 or
Yeah, knight c6 looks really good. Yeah,
win
okay.
seems to win the exchange,
Yeah.
doesn't it? Yeah. Okay. So again, that's why the knight on C7 is blocking the C file. It's taking squares away from black's queen. It's awkward. So I think she played C4, and I guess that's to avoid this. But it
So f5 was
okay.
played.
Yeah, yeah.
Takes and d5. Hmm.
Okay, that seems reasonable idea.
G takes.
I don't like G takes. I definitely don't like G takes. But I can see why she's worried about
f6.
uh, F6. Yeah, that's okay. What can we go back? Can we go back a couple of moves? I want to see what after F5. Yeah, just there. Okay, so what is the threat is the threat to play G5 or E5? Well, E5 isn't a threat because we just take, so we don't want to play D5.
Okay.
Maybe we want to play E5 ourselves. No, that doesn't feel right either. Because if E5, White will play D5, and then White will be able to play G5 and F6 without worrying. And if we play G takes F5, then E takes F5 will be good. No, not here,
Oh,
not in
sorry.
this line. It's after if Black played E5 here,
Okay.
you, White can just play D5, and this is just. I think this should be very very good here for White. And White, the next few moves, White will play G5 followed by F6.
Sorry.
No,
Sorry.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Um, no, this
Maybe
looks this
d5 for
looks.
black 17 suggested. So here d5.
No, again, E5 here is now good because F6 is coming. There's no way to stop F6 without doing what she did, which was to swap off everything on F5,
Maybe you can
and
take
that's
and play f6. Can you? No, taking is not good. f6 for black. Oh yeah, f6 for black looks
oh
good.
okay.
You don't even need to
Oh,
take first.
right. Yeah. Okay, so that's how you do it. Thank you, 17.
Okay, this is the way. This is hard to play. It's like, I mean, it's hard to play this move.
But in a way, you have to,
Yeah,
uh,
you
and
have to.
and also the with the queen on F3. If the F file opens up, the queen might be it'll be a target.
Yeah.
And now your knight on C7
Yeah,
actually
that's
is doing
true.
good things. So
Yeah.
is this what?
Yeah,
Oh no,
that's
she
true.
she took, but she took first, she took first
And then played d5.
and then play this, and of course that opens up more lines for White's active pieces.
Oh, rook lift.
Okay, that's a nice rook lift. Yeah,
Yeah, that's a
yeah.
really nice rook lift. And
Okay,
now
so
knight
she's
f4 was
fighting.
played.
She's fighting,
Yeah,
but
maybe now she's gonna attack on the king side. She can move all of her pieces there.
okay. So I guess she plays what? Knight e6 here. Oh, but then there's knight h5. Ugh.
Maybe
Oh, this is
you
really
can play.
horrible.
Oh, maybe you can play king h8.
And then knight h5.
King rook g8.
Oh, it says it doesn't. Oh, okay.
But instead of knight h5, maybe just rook h3. h7 is very weak. That's the
Yeah,
problem in
yeah,
the
yeah,
position.
yeah. That's the problem. That's the problem.
So
Okay,
instead of knight
so
f4, maybe just immediately rook h3.
uh-huh.
And now, how do you defend this?
I don't think you do.
So rook g6 is then just king h1.
Okay, so that is actually how you protect it. And then there's knight e6 here.
Knight 6, but still knight f4. Oh,
Knight takes knight. Knight takes knight. Pawn take. Bishop takes.
yeah, maybe
I
this is actually
guess.
okay. So here there's something else, I guess.
But does rook g1 to get
Wait,
rid
you
of
can
the?
just play queen h5.
Yes, of course, Diana.
And
Absolutely.
you can't protect against this is losing. So rook h3 is just
Well,
one
no,
move.
you can play h6 here, can't you? And
Mm-hmm.
then there's rook g1, getting
Yeah.
rid of the final attack as a final defender. Oh
One
no.
sec.
Oh.
What do you have here?
Oh, do you know what I was thinking? That no, that doesn't seem to. I was wondering if there was after rook g1 whether knight takes e5 was the move, and then followed by d4 and queen d5 check, just trying to get play. But I think it's probably nonsense.
Yeah, 17 suggested knight g3 f5, which looks nice.
Yeah,
But there's
indeed.
something else, and I don't know what. So we have to find a good move here.
Well, you could bring your silly knight on b1 to
Okay.
d2 to
Yeah, we
f3.
moved the
You
whole
know,
game.
bring
Nice.
in the all the pieces. Hmm.
Well, maybe you want to try to play e6 so you can play knight f4. No, this is not good. I was thinking that you want to play here to.
Yeah, yeah, but you play queen e7 here, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe you don't
Although
want to
yeah.
trade. What's the move?
Oh, there's also after knight f4. Is there
Can we
rook
sacrifice?
g5?
Rook g5.
I don't that doesn't seem to nothing seems to work there. I just you play bishop takes h6, rook takes h6, I think. And you then swap off on h3.
Okay, I cheated. I looked at the engine line. Do you want to
And
take a guess what it is?
uh oh, is it
Yeah, 17, you got it.
what
Rook
what
g3. So not rook g1, but rook g3 because then you play rook g1. So rook g3 first.
and the idea is that
Now
if
you
rook
can
takes
bring your
rook, knight
knight in.
takes. Okay.
And you don't need to trade pieces. And now you don't have a rook to protect your king anymore. That's a really nice move.
And what's
Now
the
you're
difference?
just
It's just
threatening to take on h6. But
but
rook g1 takes with check, and then you have
what's the
enough time.
oh do you?
Well, I think now you probably. Knight. Do you have time to play king h? No. Oh.
No.
Oh, sorry, you lose this. So what can you do? Knight g5?
Yeah, maybe not you.
Maybe
No.
not. Wait, what is it? Why isn't this so good? Okay, queen e8 is suggested.
To play f5.
Yeah, but after bishop takes here,
You got to play
queen
bishop
e8 doesn't seem natural at all.
f6.
Yeah, f6. I mean,
Yikes. A queen g4 pinning.
yeah, this doesn't look.
And it's a little bit better for black.
But this is
It's
not
ridiculous.
human. What, queen
It's not
f7?
human. No, it's not human.
I don't. This is so difficult. Knight g5? I have no idea how to defend this.
Mm. It's one where you sit quietly thinking of the variations
Yeah,
for a
no,
long time.
this is not. So, I mean, rook h3 definitely seems like the most threatening move. So,
Yeah, yeah.
the live board, yeah, the live board, I need to update it. That the live board is that you see in the corner is supposed to be board one from um board one from the Masters. Marina versus Damien.
Mm-hmm.
But
Well, we're not seeing that at the moment yet, are we? No,
is it not?
no, it's not. It hasn't refreshed on this. Maybe you're on a different tab at home,
Oh,
but I'm still seeing Tasha's game
no,
here.
Tasha's game is the big one, but the one in the corner, I mean, on live board is always board one of the Masters. It's on Twitch, but I just have that open for the
Oh, there.
yeah.
Yes. Okay. Gotcha. Right. Ah. Okay.
Um, but yeah, Tasha's game. So Tasha's game. This is the position right now. Knight f4 was just played,
Right.
and Tasha's thinking.
Yeah. Actually, if can we go back to can we go to the board one because
Yeah,
it's kind of like gone into it's what's happened in the game is similar to stuff that I was talking about earlier.
yeah.
And if we go back a few moves here, Diana, you can see
Oh yeah,
that
this is what we were talking about.
yeah.
Yeah,
And after bishop d3 on move 10,
yeah,
so h6 was played instead of c4. Okay, then there was queen c1, bishop d7. Yeah, that makes sense. Rook b1, castles. I like that move for black. Black is saying, yeah, you don't, it's you can't beat me with just a single line
yeah.
open. There was king b8. Yeah, again, I said you stick your king on a8. King a8. Yeah, fantastic. I should play the lotto. I'd win, wouldn't I?
Yeah.
Knight d2 here. Okay. Rook c8. Brilliant.
Yeah, you suggested similar ideas.
Yeah, and here it's also trying to protect the pawn on c3, I think,
Oh yeah.
or the square on c3. Maybe there's
Also, I
and
guess if
now
you're not gonna castle, this is the only way to activate your rook.
yeah, exactly. Uh, and now bishop went
C4
back to
on the board.
e2. Yeah. Okay, knight f5 I think is maybe too early because there's g4 then
Okay.
for white. So I would want to play my rook on c8 to
B8.
f8 or
Oh.
g8.
Oh, this way. Okay.
Yeah, there or to f8.
And then G5, or do you want to open up the files here?
I want to play f6 or g6 and I'm not sure it's probably too at the moment I want to play f6 because I think there's too much pressure on the h6 pawn from that bishop on f4 and the rook on h3. Um, so I want to play f6 instead. Uh, and the only thing is that I'd be wondering about if pawn takes pawn, queen takes bishop, pawn takes knight, whether that's good or bad for me. But I think it's okay.
Okay, so here pawn takes, queen takes here. And now you're
Yeah,
gonna win this pawn back, and your queen is very
exactly,
nicely
exactly.
placed here.
Now, again, I
You just
think
have to
that's
be
it.
careful not to move your knight.
Absolutely, and I think for that reason, like there's some, I think probably um, black should be playing a move like b6 to stabilize that knight and to stop any tricks before going in for f6. So it's
Okay, before, yeah.
yeah, before, because I think it's probably a little bit early, and I would, yeah, I don't know, it could be dangerous
Yeah,
to
and
open
maybe you
up.
can reroute your bishop or knight.
I'm trying to think where I'm going to reroute my knight to. I like my knight on a5 at the moment.
Okay.
Um, although it's, yeah, no, maybe it should just be coming back. Maybe the knight. I put my rook. Yeah, let me put my rook on f8. I play my knight. Yeah, the c rook to f8. I want to play b6 to stop things messing.
Okay, so let's say white plays g4 here.
Okay, so now. Do you know there's a funny move? There's bishop a4.
Keeping the queen tied down. Or.
Yeah, and if queen b4 here,
Yeah, then
but
you take
then
the
then,
pawn.
then you take the pawn,
And
and
then
then
you
that's
go
really
this
good for you.
way.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, that's cute.
yeah. So and if and if they don't play, if white doesn't play that, um, then
I'm not sure what to play with
possibly a
white.
move like b5, pawn b5 here with my say white played rook c1.
Okay.
You could play b5 here, although yeah, machine doesn't like that. But these positions are always tricky. They're difficult to play, um, for both sides.
Yeah. So,
And I want,
maybe.
or yeah, I don't that, or maybe there's also the knight coming back to one of the knights going to c6, and then you have f6 coming in.
Okay.
See, I'm trying to figure a way to play f6 without allowing that pawn takes f6 and pawn takes e7. But that's what I would be thinking about in a real game. So this is what happened.
Yeah, knight f1.
And now g5, yeah,
Yeah,
g5,
g5 is played. En passant is forced.
yeah.
And now f
But
takes.
now there's g4, and what do we? But now there's just takes
Yeah, pawn on
the h
h6.
pawn drops.
Maybe it's not too bad because you bring. Yeah, I don't know. You bring your other rook to h8. Hey, smart guy, thank you. But maybe we can
So
take a short break in a bit.
yeah, we should take it now. We've been going for 2 hours.
Yeah.
I need hydration.
Okay, we'll take a 20-minute break.
Yeah.
I'll get some food.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay,
Okay, folks.
we'll see you guys in 20 minutes for part 2. But if you have any game suggestions or if you're looking at any games, then you can let us know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay,
Cheerio.
see you guys in a bit. Hello everyone. Welcome back. We'll wait for... Well, we can start analyzing already, but we can... Jonathan is not here yet, but he will be back in a bit. So... I can talk to you guys! How is everyone doing? I hope you're having a great Saturday. It's gonna be a long commentary day. We've got another round after this round, because it's a 2-day round, and tomorrow another 2-day round. So next round is at, let me double check. This is where you can find all the information from Sligo on the official website. So next round is at 3 p.m. Irish time, 4 p.m. CET. So, okay, next round is actually in 2 hours. There won't be much of a break, I guess, which is a bit tough for the players, since the games are looking like they will go on for another while. Hello, Extreme Fire. Also, I just wanted to say that we're also live on YouTube, so let me put in the link here. This month, we're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers on YouTube and get 4,000 watch hours. So I'm going to put in the account, and I'll say that help us get to 1K subs on YouTube, and I will pin this comment. So if you guys want to subscribe to the YouTube channel, feel free. We're also live on there as well during commentary, so if you comment in there, I'll also be able to see it, but we don't have a big YouTube following. But a video will come out next week. I promise. A video will come out next week. Promise. If I can analyze a game that finished. Yes, do you have a game in mind? Which game? Let me know. Hello, Q Chess. Why is the YouTube not called Diana Mirza? What the heck? I changed it to Chess Girly. I changed it to Chess Girly because I changed the name. I thought that it's a better YouTube name. Do you think Diana Mirza is better? Girly Whirly. Since I'm gonna be posting chess videos, I thought that it's better to have that name. But I can change it back to Diana Mirza. I think. I'm not sure. Or too late now. Oh, okay, let's have a look at Adriana. Extreme Fire, let me know which game you want to look at. Adriana. Oh, that's okay, TG, don't worry. I know it was just a joke. Otherwise, you wouldn't be supporting us so much if you had those views. Let's have a look how the game went. So I'm just gonna fast forward because... Ooh, okay, nice attack from Adriana. Ooh, really nice attack. So let's just go back a second. Really nice h4, h5 ideas. We've been seeing a lot of h4, h5. And now after knight takes on d4. Wait, knight takes d4? Am I missing something? Why does it look like this just gives away a piece? Oh, sorry. Sneaky queen. I've been missing all the queen moves. This tournament, I've been missing all the queen moves. Nice queen attack. Okay. So queen. The idea is that the queen will take on. First. Oh, sorry. The queen is defending there. So that's why here. That's why here the queen cannot take on d4 because the bishop is hanging on g5. So bishop blocks and wait. Okay. Yeah, white has a beautiful attack here. Ooh, okay, bishop here is a blunder. Why is it a blunder? Oh, wait, sorry. White is just a piece up. White is just a piece up here. Oh, okay, so bishop f4. This knight is attacked, so I guess you should move the knight, but you have nowhere to move the knight. Can you take this pawn? I don't think so, because now the rook is also hanging. Hello, no pun intended! How did you do? Hello, hello, hello! No pun intended is playing in the tournament. How did you get on today? Okay, Adriana is gonna win this game. Queens are off. Bishop endgame. Sorry, endgame with the bishop up is what I wanted to say. Second draw. Okay, second draw. Are you happy with that? This is the game Extreme Fire wanted. How do you know that? Oh, Matthew Duggan. Oh, sorry. I didn't see your message. I didn't see your message. Sorry. Here, let's have a look at Matthew Duggan. So, 10 moves! It finished in 10 moves! Wait, is this a transmission error? What happened? E4, E5. Okay. Oh, we have Petrov. If Chaotic Chess was here, he would be happy to see this. He's a Petrov player. Okay, so knight is threatening to take on f2, so white castled. Kicking the knight. Oh, h5! Very ambitious move. After this, now you've got this nice h-file, but is it enough? Okay, so you don't have to take, but if white did take, pawn takes, can you go to h2? Maybe not because of queen h4. Both versus high rate opponent. Well done, no pun intended. Great results. As long as you're happy with it and you're playing well, then that's good. Knight g5. Oh yeah, knight g5 blocking the queen for coming in, and if f6, then now you've got some ugly things to deal with here. Okay, so actually white could have taken the knight. c6 was played. And now it says that white has won, but I'm sure they're still playing and there's a transmission error because it wouldn't be finished this early. Or maybe some more moves were played. So what can white do here? I mean, you have some discovered attacks, so maybe you can play knight here. Knight b6 attacking the rook and also threatening checkmate. And you have to stop the mate. You probably don't want to castle. Maybe d5. But d5, would you take here or take the rook? Which one? You have the full game, okay. Oh no, the lock on Jonathan's door isn't working, so the maintenance guy is coming. Okay, Jonathan will be here in a bit. So, yeah. What did he play here, knight b6? he takes. But maybe you should take the knight here. Oh my goodness. I think I'm not gonna go through extreme fire. I won't go to it. It looks very long and tedious to go through. So I'll just have a look at the other games if that's okay. Because there's a few active games left and I want to get through the others. They're almost. Yeah, but copy and paste.
Yeah.
We're on. We're watching. Then I would have to open a
Thank you.
chess classroom. Hello, welcome back.
Yeah, give me 2 secs. And yeah, can everyone hear me?
We've got the co-host back. Jonathan's back.
I tell you what happened. What happened? I got diverted in the analysis room. I had to be analyst to the stars, Diana. I had to help Desmond Beattie, chairperson of the Irish Chess Union, to analyze his game. And then I escaped and went to the supermarket. I got a load of chocolate.
Nice. What
Look at
flavors?
this. They had a special offer. They had 3. I can't remember. Oh, there you are. Yeah, hang on. There we go. Yeah. They had 3 of these for a fiver, special offer. Plus, they had my favorite snack, Cadbury
Oh,
snack.
they're my favorite too.
Yeah, I'll keep you one. I'll keep you one.
I
Uh,
love them. My favorite are fingers and snack. They're both on the same. I like chocolate fingers.
yeah, they're good. The yellow snack used to be my
Oh
favorite, but
yeah,
they
they
about 10 years
discontinued.
ago. No, they still do them,
Oh,
but they changed the recipe, and now they're shit. Excuse me.
oh.
Apologies for swearing on the screen, but
No,
there
don't
you go.
worry.
So anyway, I got that. But no, the worst thing is when I got back, my card in the room wouldn't work, and I went and got it changed. Still wouldn't work, and now it seems that there's a problem with the door, and there's a very nice maintenance man who's fixing the door as we speak.
We need
So
some drama content.
if you hear noises off, that's what it's all about. But so don't worry. But it makes me think when the zombie apocalypse happens, we're all screwed. We're just like we won't be able to open our doors. We won't be able to be no television for a start. That won't be able to use our cookers. It's like 4 days of a storm in Ireland, Diana. That's the way it is. So, what are we looking at?
I think, well, 17 just let us know that David is struggling again.
Oh,
He's
okay,
playing against Yasmina.
right.
So we
Oh,
can.
let's say 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And he's black.
And he has 51 minutes against 40 seconds. So she's.
She's under pressure then.
Yeah, she's under pressure, but she's been playing really well to get this position with this time.
Yeah. Okay,
Um,
but what? Oh, and of course, if whose move is it? Is it David to play? Oh yeah, let's
wait,
have a look.
yeah.
Let's have a look at the game.
So another French.
Yeah, but
Knight
David plays
C2.
knight f6, which is not my. That's a variation I never really played, so I don't know that much about this from the black side. Know a little bit about the white. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, white
Right.
took.
Yeah. Yeah, so again, Yasmina is trying to control the d4 square,
Yeah.
and that's why the queen goes to f2. It also helps to play, like, if she wants to play h4, h5, g4, it's handy to have the queen over there
Yeah.
as well. Um, probably. Oh, okay. So she didn't play.
Oh, she
Yeah,
did go for h4.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah, yeah,
nice.
yeah.
Queen g3, just like you were saying.
Right.
You should have got a lotto ticket at the shop. Okay, putting pressure
Okay.
here, threatening to take and take.
But yeah,
Okay,
it's
David
not
defends.
that much of a
Yeah, White
threat.
has a really nice position here.
Yes, white is very comfortable. Absolutely.
We have Connor Riley here who drew with David yesterday.
Yeah, Connor,
Hello.
you should have pushed on. Never take draws against these fellas. They like you should have pushed for a win.
If they want to draw, then you know they're in trouble.
Yep, exactly.
If you see them repeating.
Um,
Especially since before when it was a draw, he was pushing.
hmm So now,
Um,
what do we play here? Okay, yeah, queen. Oh, queen there seems reasonable. But what happens after knight c5? Yeah.
yeah, that's what happened. Queen back to e2.
Okay.
This d4 square is, e4 is really nice for the knight.
Yes. But. uh,
Queen on the
Oh,
other side.
Is David going to play queen a6 here and swap queens? Is that what he wants to do?
Okay, so maybe she wants to start an attack here on the king side.
Yeah.
Knight e4.
Right.
Okay, so she doesn't want to deal with that. I mean, he's threatening also
Yeah.
a lot of
Yeah.
things.
No. Absolutely. Yeah. Actually, go if you just go back two moves there. Yeah. Just here. I played. You said you play. Play a Fisher Random event every week on Friday. Yeah.
It's only started recently. I haven't played yet.
Oh, okay. But I played my first Fisher Random. We have friends in a club in Amsterdam, the Fisher Set Club, and every year they've been organizing this Fisher Random event for 20 years, maybe longer, 25 years, and I went to play in it, and my second ever game was against Yasser Serouan, the
Really?
famous player. He got to number 3 in the world. Very good player, and I got this huge position against him, and I knew I wouldn't be able to beat him in the time limit, so I kind of closed it down so that there were no pawn breaks, and I played this one move, like say my queen was on e1 here, and I played queen e1 to queen e2, and as soon as I let go of the piece, I knew what was going to happen, and I looked up, and Yasser looked up at me, and our eyes met, and he sympathized with my the condition, and he then I'm not even sure if I let him play the move or if I resigned. I think I just resigned.
Oh, you didn't let him not play it.
Yeah, I mean he no hey, he's always going to play it.
I have a funny story as well. I was teaching a lesson and we played Crazy House, and Yasser really likes playing Crazy House on Lichess.
Crazy House is swap chess, is it?
It's swap chess, but on your own. So every time you take a piece, you can put the piece anywhere on the board.
Oh, I never played that. Yeah.
It's a variant on Lichess. I don't know if you can play on chess.com, but maybe you can. But in her first round, so she just entered a tournament, like an arena. They have arenas every hour, and she got paired in the first round with Yasser Serouan, and I was like, wait, you're playing Yasser? Wait, I don't know if it's the real one. And then you go on his profile, and he has the GM title, so it has to be him. So that was crazy. Just in the first round, she was playing against Yasser.
Yeah. I played and beat his wife in the first round, and then he came and duffed me up in the second round. So
He got his
yeah.
revenge.
And it's funny. I've occasionally, like a few years ago in the Irish Championship, I played Alice O'Gorman in the first round.
Oh yeah.
And won a nice game against her.
Wait, where was
and
this?
Then it was maybe 4 or 5 years ago in the Irish Championships. I think it was. Yeah, it was one of the it was the COVID it was the COVID year. It was 2020. Yeah, 2020.
Okay.
And in the second round, I had to play Tom, her brother, who beat me. The swine. Anyway, okay, so we got this position. This looks very comfortable for Yasmina.
Yeah. Okay, bishop h4.
Yeah, I guess trying to play bishop g3 or something like that, but king h2, yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
And there was a threat of rook b6 there, winning the b pawn.
Yes. Now rook c2.
Yeah. So what? c3. Okay.
Okay. Oh, now e6. Oh. Okay. So can you not defend both?
So did he?
He's been deliberately
You can play.
giving.
Well, you can play rook b7.
Yeah. Why didn't he like this?
I guess how many seconds did he take to play queen?
He took 1 minute 36.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. H5 is hanging. So he wanted to go for
okay.
this.
Right. Okay, so he's trying to get some imbalance in the position.
Okay. And now b4.
And that's why he plays
so
this.
He wants
Yeah.
to bring
Yeah.
his rook in.
Okay.
Oh, nice move from
Yeah.
Yasmina.
Yeah.
Really nice move.
Sensible move.
Okay.
And stops queen d1 check because the queen is now on d7 as well, so that's fine.
Yeah.
Not that David's going to go for a draw by repetition or something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, do you know why this position is so good for white, or why it's so, well, maybe it's not so good, but white's queen is in the center of the board and it can go lots of places, whereas black's queen is over on the edge of the board. And the only thing I wonder about is what happens if David ever plays queen h1 check. You kind of have to play bishop g1. No, if you do that, then no.
Check.
Oh yeah, there's mate. Yeah. Well, hello, Diana. I think I'm going to allow you to use that phrase, but only when I'm here.
Okay.
Because it's mine. Well, some fella from Cork. But yeah, after queen h1 check, bishop g1.
Okay.
Yeah,
So here.
yeah. And now bishop h2. So do you have to play bishop d? Well, you can. Can you take? Is there a way of taking that f pawn and then? Oh yeah, you can take. You force whatever way the king goes, or you can play queen c8 check, and then you come back to c5,
Oh, yeah.
defending the bishop.
Yeah. Now these pawns are unstoppable.
Yeah. So that's no good. Anyway, I'm enjoying my chocolate. I'm very pleased.
That's good. Enjoy.
Yeah.
So I mean, also white just has 2 passed pawns, and black cannot really stop them. So probably black will have to go for some perpetual or something. Black is playing for a draw here. Are there any winning ideas?
Okay, I think there's. The problem for black is the f pawn is very loose.
Yeah.
And if you play king g6, then there's queen e8 check, which would be a bit awkward.
Oh yeah, queen e8, and once the queens are off, then it's clear one.
No, not once the queens are off.
Really?
Once the black queen is off.
Oh yeah. Wait.
Put it back, yeah, into the check. Where does the king go to protect the queen?
Sorry, yeah, it's actually a free queen. Okay.
Free queen. Yeah.
Yes,
So king
right.
can't go to g6. You can't play black can't play g6 because the king is like
Pin.
exposed. So I think this is. I wonder how
What's black's move?
is yeah, is there queen? Okay, this queen. The only other thing I can see is queen h1,
Yeah.
check, bishop g1, and now e3 to play bishop f2.
Ooh, e3. That looks really nice. And now you can't bring your queen back on the diagonal. That's the
But
only
you
way
always
to play.
yeah, but white has a perpetual. White just takes the f pawn and it's an instant perpetual.
Well, yeah. Yeah, that's true. So I
And of
guess,
course,
yeah.
and David doesn't want that.
Yeah, but you don't have a choice. You either
You don't have a
lose.
choice.
Same as
Yeah,
yesterday.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, because now he spent a lot of time. So he
Mm-hmm.
had. Oh, he played queen g4. Okay, he's played queen g4.
Oh, okay. Well, queen g4.
Defending the pawn.
Yeah, but
Threatening
it's
to
not.
take here.
So. Oh, okay.
Maybe. And now e3. Yeah, sorry, the e4 pawn is maybe.
Okay, well, we play just e6.
Okay.
E6, head for the hills.
Maybe bishop takes.
Can I just play e7?
e7, yeah.
Oh no, then there's. Yeah, I can play that, can't I?
Yeah,
But maybe there's still a
there.
perpetual. But
Maybe
anyway,
bishop
bishop
here.
takes
You can
bishop,
allow the queen, and now you have queen.
king. Yeah, king d1.
Not an easy perpetual to find, but what, queen f1? Maybe you take on c4. Three queens on the board.
Yeah, king. Well, if you do that, then there's bishop d4 check,
Yeah.
and I think this must
Oh,
be.
now there's
Oh,
gonna be mate. Where's
yeah,
the mate? Queen
yeah.
g3. King has to go
King
to
over
c1.
bishop e3. The scissors
Oh,
mate.
bishop
Do you know
e3.
that
And you have
you know
to
that
block with
that
the queen.
scissors thing where I mean, if
Wait,
you had
here you
if the
can.
queen was a bishop. No, that doesn't work. You have to go. You have to go there. Check. I think. And now you play queen
There's a
c3.
quicker mate. There's a quicker mate. Well, here it says mate in 7, and after bishop e3 is mate in 22. But I guess
Excuse me.
it's still good. But here there's a better move, which I'm not sure. What other checks?
Oh, okay. There's queen c3 check. You can't go to b1, so you got to go then to.
No, it's not queen c3. Wait,
Oh, queen c3.
bishop b2. Okay, 17. Well done. So now
King d2.
king has to go to d2.
And now? Like I'm not seeing.
Mate in 6.
Mate in 6. What the hell?
Where's the mate in 6? Who can find it?
I would have been useless in the 19th century. You know, in the 19th century, they would call out like mate in 6 in their
Really?
Victorian. Yes, they're always doing that, and I'm not sure if you called out a mate in 6, but it was actually a mate in 7. Did you lose the game or what? I don't know what happens there. But that was often the way. And if you read these old books, you'll see now White announced mate in 18 or something. You know, something ridiculous like that. No, you don't go there. That's you just play.
Well, this is the line according
Do you
to
play?
Devision.
Oh, huh?
This is okay. This is very hard to see, but
This is just not repetition.
now, so here the queen is on d6, but you
Oh,
want to go to b2. So here queen b2,
two.
and
And
now
now when you
after
go there,
this
you've got.
queen c1,
Oh. Ew.
and now the king has nowhere to go.
Oh, and then you get your mate on with Queen E1 as mate, either
Yeah,
there or if the king
that's
is on E2. Okay, right.
impossible.
It's tricky.
That's very
Tricky.
true. Very Queen
Yeah,
b6 to
yeah,
go
yeah.
back to b2 is insane.
Yeah.
So okay, definitely not.
Okay. Anyway,
Human.
as a practical player, I'm just going to play my scissors mate,
Yeah.
my scissors bishop
Okay,
e3,
you can show us. So here, bishop e3.
three,
Queen has to block.
forcing queen has to block queen c3 now,
Nice. So now you have to go
and
to d1. No, you
no, no,
don't.
you don't go there
Sorry.
because you have to go to b1,
Yeah.
and now I'm going to just play queen
Take.
takes. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
queen takes, and I'm up so much material.
Yeah.
I'm up 3 pawns and a bishop, and that's going to be easy.
Yeah.
So long as I don't lose the f pawn,
Yeah, and white has no
I got
checks.
no checks exactly. So yeah, so that's what I would do as a practical player, and not be messing around trying to figure out a crazy mate in six.
So in the game after queen g4, Yasmina brought the queen back to d2,
Okay, that's
defending.
sensible because now you're threatening just c5, c6, c7, and you can yeah.
Okay, and now she played queen d6,
Oh, now we're going
offering
to
a
get a
trade.
repetition. We're going to get a repetition here.
Yeah.
But I think Yasmin is playing. She's happy with a draw.
Yeah.
I think like the engine agrees that it's a draw.
Yeah.
So when that happens, I saw a comment by who was it? It was Carlson talking about positions which are kind of or you want to draw, and he was talking to his coach Peter Heine Nielsen there in the early days of their working relationship, and Peter Heine said, "Listen, if you want to draw, just go for the draw, force the draw immediately. Don't be messing around. Just do it." And Yasmina is doing exactly that. She's saying, "Yeah, I'm going to play there." And oh,
e6 was played.
so okay, so now, yeah, this is just
But
huh?
now it looks like black is better? Mm.
Because of Queen A4, is it?
Yeah, queen a4 was played. Threatening.
Threatening Queen A1 check and whatever.
Oh, and now the queen is no longer defended. Or what?
Yeah, and the C pawn is no longer defended.
Oh,
So
wait, that's just mate, I guess. Queen e1 is mate. Okay,
yeah,
so she has to
exactly.
defend that.
But
Ooh!
she still allows it. She still
Oh no!
allows it. Oh no, there's
She
Queen
she's defending here, but
Queen is there Queen C2? Queen C2 looks very awkward.
yeah, now you can't protect both. Oh no! Tricky! Your king is too vulnerable.
But what happens after Bishop D2?
Yeah, I was also thinking that. Now mate in two. Where is it?
Oh,
Bishop
yeah, of
here,
course
here, and
no,
sorry.
it's just Queen T1 and Bishop has to go to E1 and its mate. So that's not working.
Oh, sorry. You can't. Of course, you can't go
Yeah,
here.
Bishop
Yeah,
D2
yeah.
Bishop
Bishop
D2 is
d2.
nonsense. Yeah. So after Queen C2 here,
Yeah. Queen d2.
if
But
Queen D2, then you take the 2 pawns and you're two
yeah,
pawns up.
and now, oh no, oh no! Queen c2 was played. Oh,
Yeah.
bishop f2. Okay, bishop f2.
That allows.
She's down to 40 seconds.
Well, you can. Oh, again, you can just play bishop.
Queen.
David can just play bishop takes bishop, queen takes bishop, queen takes pawn check,
Yeah, and then take the other one.
and take on e6, and he's just 2 pawns up.
Yes.
And this time he will win the that ending.
Oh no, Yasmina! That's so tough. She held on for so long, and actually should have
She
been
did.
pushing for a, not pushing, but she had chances for win, and then
Sorry, I think housekeeping is coming. Just one
okay,
moment.
yeah.
Hello.
Oh no,
Just
that's
house, yeah,
really
please.
tough. SMJCLR. You can watch Telesteel on the Chess24
No, you can't.
Twitch.
You gotta watch. You gotta watch Sligo.
Yeah, but
Much better tournament. More fun, more action, more thrills, more spills.
um, wow. Okay, poor Yasmina. Yeah, so he did. He just took the pawn, and now it's not looking good.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh, that's gonna be really heartbreaking.
yeah. Also about Tata Steel, um, I am pleased with Erwin Lemmy. He's married to Alina Lemmy, who has visited Ireland a few times. She seems to have she was playing a lot. She's like
Like
she's
her
an
friend.
IM, I think, isn't she, Diana?
Let's
I
check.
think Alina Lemmy is an IM, if not a woman's GM. Um, and she used to play a lot.
Yeah, she's an
She was also
international master.
Yeah, she also did a lot of chess photography,
Yeah, she
and
took my picture in 2014 for my first Olympiad, and that was my favorite picture.
there you go, there you go. And was that the Olympiad that
You
was
were
it?
captain.
Yeah, was it? No, was I not captain of the Open team?
Oh, maybe you were open team.
And Gary O'Grady was
Yes,
captain of the women's team,
yes.
wasn't he?
In
But was that
Norway.
was that when you got your title,
I
your
got
WFM
WCM.
title?
I got WFM at the World Schools.
You got some title at one of the Olympiads,
Yeah, I got
and
WCM.
do you remember there was this awful Swedish guy who came along during our celebrations and started making rude comments to you?
I can't remember.
Good, good. Forget it.
Did
Forget that I
he?
mentioned it. Yeah, yeah.
How did he
Uh,
know that we were celebrating that?
Because we were shouting it to the rooftops.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, I can't
And
remember.
he was the father of one of the best Swedish players.
Wait, why was he
Um,
complaining?
I think he wanted you to immediately concentrate on getting the next higher up title or something like that. Or it
Oh,
was I think it was a woman's title you got,
yeah.
and he was saying, well, that's just a woman's title. He was doing something shitty anyway, and
Oh,
it was,
yeah, I don't remember.
wasn't good. Um,
Wait, so also, Marina's game is finished and she won.
okay, okay.
But what happened?
So the
So,
Geisen family will be at least 50% today.
yeah.
Oh,
Wait,
okay,
where
yeah.
did we
This
leave
this
off?
okay, yeah. So she'd won the pawn on h6.
Yeah, so we left off here after
Yeah.
rook takes. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
okay. Defending the knight, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
And you see the problem in this position is that um, look at Black's bishop on
yeah,
e8. It's very sad.
yeah, and the pawn
It,
structure as well.
mm-hmm. And there's no pawn breaks.
Yeah. Okay, so black is also going for the pawns here. Rook
Mm-hmm.
a1, only way to defend a3. Okay.
Oh,
Okay, now you
that's
can create. So
so the queen. She
now
wants the
e6.
queen in. Yeah,
Oh, she doesn't take it. Oh,
yeah,
now
because she
you
wants the
can't
piece.
defend. You have to go b4.
I guess. Yeah. Oh, that. Oh,
Sacrifice
that's.
of the
Oh, that's lovely
rook.
move. That's brilliant move. Yeah,
Yeah, it is a
I like
brilliant.
that.
It actually is a brilliant move. You get two exclams.
Yeah, yeah, and if Black takes the rook, just to show everybody, if Black took the rook there, she loses the bishop, and then she loses the king moves, and then
You're gonna lose the knight
and
as well.
and the knight will be gone as well, which would be curtains. So
Yeah.
yeah, so that's why Damien played Queen D7,
Yeah.
but that gives up.
Now another pawn
Yeah,
gone.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, now g5 and he resigned.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's a nice finish. Yeah.
Really nice play from Marina.
Yeah. Well, as you'd expect, like she is like quite
Yeah.
strong.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was that game. What other games are there? Uh, back. Was there? Oh, where was it? Can we look at Vivan's game?
Yeah.
Because I think his mum is watching us.
Which section?
I don't know. I think it might be major maybe or challengers or don't know.
Okay. There's one game left in the challengers.
I'm
So
just
you must
looking
have
at
finished.
I'm looking at the other site that shall not be named. Uh, oh, okay. That's okay. That's yeah.
Okay, got it. He's
Oh dear.
in
Okay.
the championship.
Okay. Okay.
So he won today.
Okay. Very good.
Okay, we got another Karakan.
Yeah, that'll play. Please, TJ.
Yeah. Okay, so
Yeah, and this is kind of Larson used to take with the G pawn, and other people used. I think Nimzovich used to take with the E pawn, and I know. Who's it? David Howell, who is very well known in the commentary world. He has played. He plays the Caro-Kann a lot and plays this E takes F6. And the idea of it is that what was played in the game?
in the game, yes, it
Yeah,
is.
yeah. So the idea is that black will have 4 pawns on the king side, and the king will castle king side, and those 4 pawns are incredibly good at defending the king. Um,
Yeah.
so that and often I think black can often play like h5 and weird things like that as well. So yeah, this looks kind of quite normal
Oh, sneaky move.
here for both players. Yeah. Okay. So h3.
Okay, now playing on the queen side.
Mm-hmm. Gaining space, and that's why the evaluation bar is going up for white.
Oh,
Okay, I
b6.
don't like that. I don't like that move. Don't want to play that move. What do I want to play? I want to play a move like. I want to play h6 and g5, or even h5, but I don't. Don't know. I'd like to swap one of the minor pieces for black. I think black is would if black could swap a minor piece, black would be very happy.
Hmm.
But b6 looks wrong here. And did the val bar go up after b6? Yeah, this okay. This okay. Swap rooks. Yeah, good idea.
And now what? Maybe you
Oh,
can.
b5. Can you play b5?
Well, you
No, doesn't
can,
like that.
but why isn't why is it a problem? Maybe just c5 and now c6 is going to be weak for the rest of the game.
Okay,
Rook here,
right.
queen.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough.
But okay, I mean,
Okay, so if c5 isn't a possibility, okay, play h6. Move like h6. At least it's giving the black bishop a square. It gives the king a square to go out to. Uh,
maybe that's not so good. You can just take and then bishop here. And now
oh.
you can trade. I mean, maybe you don't even want to take, but your bishop is really well placed.
Yeah, it is. It is.
But in the game, yeah, b6.
Okay.
Now you're
Yeah.
just making the c6 pawn more weak,
Correct.
which is the issue with it. So, oh, okay, bishop e4 still came in. And knight e1.
But
So,
knight e1, you don't go backwards. Never go backwards.
yeah, I guess it's not a problem. Bishop takes f3 is not really a problem.
Yeah. Liam Neeson would never go backwards, Diana.
What is that is there an inside joke?
I don't know, but no, it's you know that Taken film, those Taken films that
Yeah.
and which he made vast amounts of money, but they're artistically they're awful.
I
Um,
really
but
like them. Why are they awful?
oh, they're just because it's like it's the one guy after the whole team of crooks and evil Turkish people and whatever. I think the first film they're all evil Turkish gangsters, and he just goes in and he has the skills and he does all these illegal things, including murdering like vast numbers of these people just to get his daughter back, and as if he couldn't have just phoned up the CIA and say, listen, my daughter's been
Yeah.
kidnapped, help me get her back.
Yeah.
No, instead he just says, yeah, I'm going to find you, I'm going to whatever. It's just maybe the first one is okay, but then he just kept making them. No.
You gotta keep milking it if you know that the audience like it. Okay, so g3 was played.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, bishop back, some trades. Now black is wanting to bring the rook in as well. Oh, or not.
But again, here, the thing is that in this position, black has. No, I don't like that. It's putting the rook out on away
Yeah.
from the action. No, I think just maybe just rook e8,
Yeah.
and then you can double up with it. You can bring the other rook over.
But
Yeah,
then there was no reason for rook e6.
true. Um,
Okay, so.
but I think this is okay for.
Oh, and this is a big blunder. Rook takes a3. What's the problem?
I know. No.
Oh,
Will I
yeah.
tell you?
Can we find it? Got
Yeah.
it. Who can find the reason for rook a3 being a blunder? And this is what led to Vivan winning the game.
Right.
I also like John Wick.
John Wick. Yeah, that's. I watched the final film, the fourth film, there at some stage when I had nothing better to do.
Yeah, I watched it in
And
cinemas.
oh, okay. Um, but I'm glad there's not going to be any other ones. I hope that's not a spoiler for people.
How does black drop a rook,
Oh,
Waterford Wizard? So what is
okay.
white to play here?
Yeah.
What's the best move for white?
Okay. If you look here, look at black's
Takes
king.
a3, bishop takes.
There's
Yes.
no black's king is
Yes.
stuck. Back
Exactly
rank is
chaotic
very
chess.
weak. And unfortunately, because of white's bishop on b6, you can't play rook a7 to defend that bishop. And if rook b6, hoping to get back to f8, sorry, if rook b7 here, rook b7, yeah, you just take the bishop. The back rank is still weak, and so checkmate.
Yeah, so here you have to go back to b8, but now you're just a piece down. So this is what happened in the game. Rook a1, and now black just dropped a piece, and the rest, I think, was pretty easy for white.
Yeah.
Well done, chaotic chess. Yeah, okay. So we can look at another one. Well done, Vivan.
Yeah. Actually, can we look at Mr. Dodgy's game? We haven't looked at that.
Yeah.
He told me about his game yesterday. He thought he was doing really well.
Lost. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, we've got the 4 knights.
Oh yeah, I saw this happening, and now Connor played a3.
Oh, Connor was in the chat earlier. He actually asked, "Did you see my game?" Great result for Connor. He's on a roll. Oh my
Yeah,
goodness, well
yeah.
done. Wait, is Mr. Dodgy FM?
No, he's not. I know he's not.
Oh,
He's not an FM.
okay.
He's a very good. I think he's a very good blitz player, but over the board he's not as
Ace
strong.
3, A6. Look at this symmetrical. Hello, Mr.
And
McCooney.
I would say actually this is a really good choice to play against Mike, because Mike likes interesting chess. He's a big fan of the Budapest Gambit. So he wants action, and playing a boring symmetrical opening here with these little pawn push moves, that would be driving him up the wall. And actually, this is a good version of the 4 knights, because you don't get to play your bishop to black doesn't get to play the bishop to b4. So no, it's a clever idea.
Okay, took back with the B pawn. He didn't want to trade queens.
Mm-hmm.
But now the pawn structure is long term dodgy. So playing up his name.
To coin a phrase.
Okay, now this pawn is also maybe not great, but okay,
Wow.
what Alex Baburin calls these sleeping beauties. All of the pieces are on the back, and we're on move 10. You don't see that very often.
No.
Another queen g4 move.
Another queen g4. Yeah.
King fa. Okay, keeping the trend.
Okay. Right. Yeah, like. Oh.
Okay, so here
Okay, hang on.
After this, if black takes, now you take, and you're threatening to take the rook, but also.
Oh. Okay, so after rook b8, where's the mate?
Well, wait, sorry. Let's see.
Is there?
Okay, so we have queen c5, but if the queen blocks or knight blocks, then there's rook d8 mate.
Yeah, that would be nice. But there's just king e8 then.
King e8, and now.
Oh, there's queen takes c7. The rook has to.
Okay,
if
so
the
let's
rook,
see. Queen c5, king e8.
Queen takes c7.
Okay, and
if the rook goes off the back rank, the c8 bishop is lost on its mate. Yeah. So you have to go there, and now you play queen c6 again. Check, forking king and rook.
Ooh, nice move from Connor. Actually, maybe there's something a bit more forcing that I can't see, since there's mate on the board, but bishop c4 is now threatening queen takes f7 mate. So knight h6. Okay. I mean, this is very difficult to see, but...
Oh, but then... Oh, no, you can't castle because you've already moved your king.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe he could try it and see if Connor remembers. Okay, really nice play from Connor. Great calculation. Knight takes d5. What a beautiful sacrifice.
No, Connor is really sharp.
Yeah.
Connor is really sharp. I saw this fantastic rapid game with Connor. I think I was trying to tell you that story.
Yeah.
And he was playing Cathal Keenan, and that's when we got diverted there yesterday, Diana, about talking about Cahill's prowess, but Connor played Cahill, and in this rapid game sacked his queen for like a bishop, and it was correct sacrifice. It was fantastic.
Really, the whole problem in this game was that Black's king was too weak and there was no development.
Yeah.
There's always mating threats because of this f6 pawn. Oh. Now he can just...
Now, folks.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. What? Find the nicest way to win.
Also, Mr. Judgy is nice enough to have allowed it happen.
Absolutely. I'm guessing there'll be a tweet here on that, on this subject.
Who can find it? Really nice puzzle game.
Yeah. Yeah, he's generating content for Puzzle Rush. Okay. Come on, folks. Somebody must see it.
Whole
Yes, exactly. So you
whole
want it.
line.
Yep.
And then, well done. What
And then
do you call this?
these are the
Epaulette?
epaulets. These
Yeah.
these are the back in the 80s. Women wore shoulder pads big time, or maybe in the 70s, and they wore these big shoulder pads. And if you watch these American soap operas like Dallas and Dynasty, or Dynasty as they say in America, you'd see the women in their suits and their big shoulder pads coming out here, and terrific stuff. But yeah, that was an epaulette, mate. Um, okay.
You can get their
Will
credentials.
Sidney, do you know Will Sidney is doing a course on the Ponziani for Chessable?
Oh, really?
Yeah, and
Oh, nice.
he surprised me with the Ponziani in the Armstrong, and I was very lucky to get a draw
Dr. Zeus will be
against him.
happy with that. He's also a viewer here and he loves the Ponziani.
Okay, okay. I don't think it's very good. And
Really?
now, yeah, and now that I know what I'm supposed to do,
Ah!
I will be prepared the next time.
Uh, so this is Will's game.
Yeah.
The players won't have much break because the next round is in an hour.
Yeah,
And
so
there's still
we should be finishing up soon, because I don't want to have I want to have a balanced diet, uh, which doesn't consist completely of chocolate.
yeah.
Um,
Well, there's only a few games. I'll just fast forward to the. So this is the position that they
yeah,
have right now.
this is I think this must be a lot better for black, because if you like, what's in fact, okay, you've got whose move is it? It's
White to move.
white to move. White has to
Black is
either
threatening to take. Or no?
white is threatening. Black is threatening to take on f3 and then
Yeah.
win the bishop. So you've got to either move bishop d2 or bishop f2. But if you do that, then there's probably rook d1 is going to be really awkward. Um, okay, king b2. Oh, well, you can also go for. I guess you could just play a move like you could play rook f1 instead of rook d1. You can play rook f1. Yeah, rook f1 there, and you're just saying I'm going to just swap my bishop for the knight, pick up the f pawn, pick up the d pawn,
Yeah.
and then win.
Bish. In the game. Bishop f2 was played.
Okay,
And rook
that
f1.
yeah, and again you've got to now play bishop takes g3. I think here
Does rook
everything else
h1 work?
loses.
Let's have a look at rook h2. So in this position, rook h2. Yeah, rook h2 also looks nice. You're threatening to take the knight, and if the knight takes, then You can take here and now d6, d3.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Nice
Yeah. Yeah.
move,
Yeah. Yeah.
Soda. Um. Okay, so in this is the position we have right now.
Yeah. So they took, but this is just completely lost.
You can't defend the pawn.
Yeah.
Um,
And I think what will happen
Also, rook
also.
f2,
Yes.
and if the
Yeah. No. Rook f2 will force swapping off, and then there's
promoting
knight
on a
d2, but then
white
bishop
square,
e2 will win. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. 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 So that's no, that's a goner. Okay. So that's that game done. Let's see what else is there.
Yannick is still playing.
Okay. Have a quick look here. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Oh, okay. So okay. So if knight takes a4, then there's rook c7 check, and
But
when the
maybe it's
a
okay
pawn.
because oh, I thought it would be okay because after
Oh,
this, maybe you can just win this pawn back, and both of them are hanging. So you can't take on a7. Maybe there's something better. Ooh, maybe there's bishop a. Oh, maybe not. I was thinking bishop a3 first, but oh wait, maybe you can just defend the pawn.
oh, with
And
rook c4.
oh, is the knight trapped? Yeah, the knight is
Yes,
trapped.
rook
Yeah, well
c4. Rook
done.
c4 wins
Nice.
the
The
knight.
knight is trapped. Okay, so knight can't take on
A4. So it has
a4.
to go. So it has to go back to d5.
Yeah, that's what was played. Knight d5 was
Okay,
played.
right, right.
Nice. So Yannick saw that. He's
Okay,
down
so
to
again,
1 minute.
in this position,
And
I
you're also
think,
defending here.
yeah, I
But
don't think White has to worry about rook c6, but I think White should be bringing the king up, maybe trying to worry Black with the passed h pawn.
oh yeah, sorry. Also, yeah, if you can get your pawn to h6, you're just able to defend it, and maybe you can trade rooks and get another passed pawn. But they're not going to want to do that
Yeah, yeah.
anyways. This is going to be a long game as well. I don't think it's gonna take so. It's not gonna be quick. King g2 was played. Well done.
Yeah.
So Robert knows he's a pawn up, so he just needs to use it and get the king active.
Oh yeah, this was the game which we said Yannick's pieces were more harmonious. They were well developed. The rooks were in the center, and whereas White's pieces were kind of like all over the place, didn't we? We said we. I think if you go back to like about move 15 or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, and it was yeah, and okay, wow,
Why did he give this pawn? I guess he just
just
wants
to
to
get
open up.
play,
Yeah.
yeah, and then also play maybe.
Wow,
Who knows?
really nice, really nice ideas from White because here there's not much happening.
True.
And he decided to give up a pawn for activity. Beautiful play.
Yeah.
Material isn't so important, it matters that you have a plan. So that's really nice. And then he just got all of his pieces in.
17 is saying I picked the wrong job for a balanced diet.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could be right there. I'm not a Mars bar fan, to be honest. No.
I haven't
No.
had a Mars bar in a very long time.
Yeah.
But I think I've only had them maybe like a few times.
I am partial to buying marathon bar. Or, is it marathon or Snickers? Snickers
Snickers,
bars,
yeah.
especially in Spätis. Do you have those in Tübingen?
I don't know.
Do you have a Späti? Spät is German for late. And in Berlin and in Cologne, there are these shops that stay open until like midnight or even all throughout the night. And you can get like beer, water, chocolate, sweets, whatever. Um,
I don't think we have them.
okay, yeah, yeah. They're very serious people in Baden-Württemberg.
My favorite chocolate bar is a Wonder Bar. Have you had it?
A Wonder Bar.
Wait, I'll bring one and I'll show you. They're so good. Wait.
Okay, okay. Huh.
I have one left. I can bring it next to you.
Maltesers. Yeah, the wife likes Maltesers. Does Malteser
I have
bars?
one left. I got
Wow.
a pack. Here they are, Wonder Bar.
Oh. Oh. Never
Um,
saw them
they're
before.
also Cadbury, which is interesting.
Okay.
But it's only in Germany, I think. I don't know if you can find them anywhere else, but
Oh,
they're
are
so
they? Are
good.
they? Are they? Is that what they call the Morrow in
Is
Ireland?
it? I don't
I don't
know.
know. Is it like is there like a biscuit in the middle with caramel and chocolate around it?
And peanuts.
And and peanuts as well. Okay.
It's
Oh,
like it's
that's
like
yeah, that sounds good.
it's like a glorified Snickers bar. It's
Except
so good.
with yeah, but with a bit of shortcake biscuit in the middle.
I don't know if it's shortcake. I don't
Okay.
I don't know if it's shortcake, but there is some kind of biscuit, but the way that it is, it's like a circular thing in the middle, and then inside is covered with it has like some truffle type chocolate.
Right.
It's a soft chocolate. But on the
Okay.
outside it's crunchy and there's yeah, it's crunchy and there's nuts in them as well. It's
Right.
so
Right.
good.
Morty McFly. No, in Germany, a Twix is called, funnily enough, Twix. I can confirm that definitely. Um, chest enhancement drugs. I was in Boston on holidays many years ago, and my wife and I went out for a date night, and we left the children with her best friend. We were staying in her house in Boston, but in this restaurant that we went to, there was a this guy, and he was writing stuff in a notebook, and he kept writing and writing and writing, and it was like I was wondering, what is he writing? And I get very curious, so I had to ask him, and he said he was writing down ideas for a documentary on um, uh, sport enhancing drugs. So I said, okay, so tell us, is there any drug out there that can help chess players to think better? And he thought for a while, and the only one that he could come up with was caffeine.
Hmm.
So that's why it's legal to take a couple of cups of coffee during a game. I think if you took like 5 strong cups of coffee during a game and you were tested for drugs, then you would fail.
But are there
So
ever drug tests?
yeah, there are drug tests at the Olympiad.
Are there?
Yeah,
But how do
and
they choose who to drug test?
it's random.
Hmm. It's not a very
Um,
It's not very often though. I don't know anyone that
no,
personally has had a drug
It's not
test.
very often. I remember at one of the Olympiads, um, Vasily Ivanchuk, he lost his game, and the medics came up to him to give him a drug test, and basically you have to go into the bathroom and produce a urine sample, and it's then sent off to the laboratory, and he told them in no uncertain, he just like went, go away, and of course everybody knows that Ivanchuk would never cheat. He would never take these drugs, and theoretically he should have been fined some large amount of money. But everybody in the chess world knows that he lives on planet Chucky, as they say, um, and so they said, yeah, okay, it's yeah. Anyway, Connor, did we see your game? Yes,
Yes.
we already analyzed it.
Beautiful mate. Really
Well,
nice
yes,
game. Really nice sacrifice.
yeah, on D5, that was good, Connor.
Yeah.
It's, but that's the way you should play. You should play those games I told you in Tullamore last summer. That's the way you should play. Uh, yeah, but Soda, I think he didn't get fined, but most people would have got fined if they hadn't. So yeah, and of course that's the other thing. Like if you go to maybe not Irish chess tournaments, but if you go to Olympiads, God Almighty, the chess players there, they have such small bladders. I mean, I've never. I've won. I think it was Tromso. Kramnik was still playing, and he was off to the bathroom every 10 minutes.
But I think it's more of. I think it's more to get fresh air. Usually the bathrooms are outside.
Maybe I don't know. I don't know.
Same at in Chennai, most people went outside, but a lot of the times they wouldn't even go to the bathroom. They would just be outside.
Right, right. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um,
Anyway,
and
this
it's
looks
high
totally
pressure.
lost for black.
Yeah, this is just an
Oh, sorry,
end
totally
game.
lost for white. I mean, yeah.
One of the end games left in the championship. So
But actually, that's a question though. How do you go about winning it? Okay, okay, and you play the king up to f3. Black's king will go to f3, and then
you can
the
block with the
rook will
rook.
the block exactly.
Yeah.
But if
So
you
this is the
played,
way
if
to
you play,
convert.
if white played rook rook h8, king g3, and now of course if rook check,
Now you can
the
block,
rook comes over, yeah, and here we go.
and you promote with check.
Yeah.
Yeah, King G3 was played. Nice win for Toby.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see what other games are still there. There's a really interesting game here. Two rooks versus queen, and the two
Oh,
pawns are coming down the board. But I guess
oh,
you actually can't stop them.
that must be completely lost
Yeah,
here
G2 is
for
just game over.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
You can't stop the pawns. Okay, so that's over. We've got another pawn, king and pawn endgame. Two pawns versus, sorry, two pawns and a rook. This is not so easy to win.
Okay, here's a quick way. Play rook h7 check. Is it yeah? Rook h7. If king g6.
Or maybe, sorry, I'm
Well, if
thinking about a H and
no,
G.
yeah, that's harder.
Yeah,
That's much harder.
yeah.
But which is a bit weird. But if the king went up the board instead of going down,
Sorry, yes.
now you play f5 check, and you're hoping that rook takes f5 will be played
Oh, yeah. Now you can.
when you play this, and then the rook
It's
drops
hanging.
off, and that's just game over.
Yes.
But
So rook
yeah,
a7 was played. Yeah, nice. And now you're
yeah,
kicking the king to the back. Okay, now this is straightforward because you can bring your king around.
yeah, yeah. So you've got to go backwards. Going up is losing immediately.
And now you play g6 or.
You can play. Can you play f5? You can play f. Yeah, you can play f5,
Yes.
and if check, you go in there. You play exactly. You play.
And now you can block with the pawn.
And now there's mate threats. Yeah.
Okay.
And
So
so
yeah.
you have to then play what you play. The rook has to go back to the back rack. You play rook h7, and no, you play whatever. Play something here. f6, and then say rook b8. Here we'll just show how you play rook over to f to h. Yeah, h there I think. And or maybe
So
no, you
here,
play
rook
check. No,
g6.
yeah. Okay, so no, go back,
Sorry.
down. I think you play rook g7 check. Rook g7 check looks bright, and then if the king goes there, you play rook h7, threatening mate. And you got to go, and now you got to f7, and
now you win
bad
the
things
rook.
happen. Yeah, and
Okay.
even if you don't win the rook outright, you'd swap rooks
And
queen the
if
pawn.
king h8.
You play rook check anyway.
And
then f7.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay, nice. This is the way to win it. So
Yeah,
g6 was played in the game though, but yeah, f5 looks much more straightforward. I mean, it's the same thing. You'll still play f5 and king.
I think it's harder.
Yeah, it's harder. Your
a bit
king
harder.
is not in front. That's true.
Yeah. You want to use your f pawn to hide your king.
Yeah. But
Yeah. There's a couple of there's a great book, two great books on rook and pawn endings came out last year. One by Jakob Ogard, and the other by Sam Shankland, both published by Quality Chess. and one was on theoretical chess endings. That was the one by Sam Shankland. And like lots of people, I've bought loads of books over the years and rarely read them on rook and pawn endings. And Sam's explanation of the theory of rook and pawn endings, very simple rook and pawn endings, is it was just so well described. And Jakob had conceptual rook and pawn endings, and he was kind of talking about the various ideas and hiding and all those kind of standard ideas in rook and pawn endings, but talking them more generally. Both very good books. Okay.
What are the names of them so I'll write it in chat and people can have a look.
Oh yeah, it's conceptual rook endings, and I'll just quality chess.co.uk. Oh. Ah. Damn. Um, Conceptual rook endings by Jakob Ogard, and theoretical rook endgames by Sam Shankland. That's the name of them. So what's happening here?
So here the crazy thing is that e6 was played actually, but after king f7, if white promotes, then it's gonna be perpetual for black.
Okay.
So white can't promote, but there's a different move that white has that's really good. e6 was played, but I guess that's also not the right move. So what is the right move?
Is it
Queen
is it
h3?
Queen h3?
Yeah, I was also thinking that. Queen h3 looks good because now you're stopping the checks.
Uh-huh.
So you have to maybe go queen b2 to stop the promotion.
But now there's just there's just Queen d7 check, and then Queen c8 check, and Queen the pawn.
And there are no more. So let's say. Oh yeah, you promote with check is the important thing. Oh no, wait. So let's say king here, and now you're saying queen c8, and if king back,
Yeah.
if you promote, but
Well,
there's still
no,
perpetual.
no, okay. So you play Queen
Oh,
c7 here
c7,
check
nice.
first.
Yeah, queen c7. So you promote with check. Really nice. Yeah.
And if you play actually after Queen c7 check there, you went back with f8 there.
Sorry. Yeah.
So here, if you play King e6, then do you play? Now you play Queen d6 check, e6 check.
Oh, you can also go here. And you're forcing them to the back. Oh, but it doesn't matter.
That's not that's not helping. So you play that check. You don't want to go backwards. So can you play King g7? But now you have Queen c7 check and you queen with check.
Yeah.
Right. Wow.
Complicated, not easy to see the maneuver. But queen h3 was not played, so e6 was actually played.
Not easy to see the maneuver with a minute left on the clock.
And here,
by the way, Brian he went to play. He's in plays for Galway, doesn't he? I think.
I don't know.
He played. I think he plays for Galway. And they played in the European Club Cup in what 2023, which was in Albania. And on the last night, the Magnus Carlsen's team won the competition, much to his great pleasure. And the Galway lads ended up hanging out with Magnus and his mates.
Oh,
and they all had a great time.
That's
apparently.
Nice. I was there as well, but
You were, but I
wasn't
seem to remember
out with Magnus.
you were. I think were you one of the unfortunate people that got stomach sickness?
I think most people did,
Right.
but it wasn't so bad. I was maybe out for 1 day.
Okay.
Oh, wait, what happened? Oh, you're back.
Okay. So what happens here? This is okay. So there's, I see. Okay, King H6 allows
Okay.
Queen thingy.
Ooh, King takes f4 is a big blunder.
Oh.
Now, black is winning.
Yeah. Okay. Because it's a big blunder because we play Queen F2 check.
Okay, King.
If you play
Oh, if
King
King
King there
e6,
we've got
then
we've
there's
got our nice
mate.
mate, yeah. And if you go King G5, you also play Queen F6 check. Then if the king goes there, you've got Bishop
Bishop.
check
Wow.
and you win that. And if King H5 instead, you go instead of the yeah you go Bishop G6 first,
Forcing the king to. Yeah,
and then
if
then
King
you can take it.
h6, now you have discovered check.
Yeah.
Oh wow. And Queen f2. Oh my goodness, white was just a queen up winning completely, and now black is gonna
Yeah.
win! No! That's heartbreaking. Wait! Here, white made the wrong move they shouldn't have taken. Here,
No, you should
white.
play. Maybe is it Queen G4?
Queen g4. Yeah, Queen g4 looks good. If
But
you go to
H6. But H6.
h6,
What
now
happened?
there's checkmate.
Yeah. So that's the first one you don't want to play, and you don't
Yeah,
want to take.
both
So
both are not good. Wait, here, then there's Queen g6, and after this, then the same thing as no.
oh yeah. Exactly.
Here.
Bishop F5 check.
Oh, and then Queen e6, and then you pick up the queen. No,
Well, you
no,
can
no,
just
no.
play. You can just take it immediately if you want.
Sorry. Actually, Queen e6 is not good
Oh,
then.
and worse. Yeah, worse. Diana. Now Queen takes, and then you've got another skewer. Oh,
Oh my goodness.
that is
No.
unfortunate. That is unfortunate.
No. I can't believe that poor white. So Queen
Brian.
g4 just saves the game, but sorry,
Yeah.
wins
But
the game.
what happens after H6? What happens after if in
Queen
here
here
after Queen G4
h6.
H6? See, I think if you play,
Now you can take. No, you can't. Why
you
not?
can't because of
Same thing. And then
yeah, same thing, and it's mate.
no,
It's
wait.
mate in one.
Oh
It's
yeah,
mate
mate
in
on
Queen
f6.
F6. Yeah, that's mate. So so you can't take. So you got to play either King H5 or. But then
Ooh.
you've got Bishop F3.
Queen takes, and then there's
The
mate.
Queen G5. Yeah, but then there's a perpetual otherwise. Like the queens are just going to
But here you can use your other queen.
yeah to give perpetual.
No, I think.
Oh, in fact,
White
maybe
is
to
still.
win. Yeah.
Yeah, white is
You
still
play
in.
Queen E5 check, and then you take the bishop. Okay, so that doesn't work.
But
So, but after King H5, you've also got Queen takes H2 check.
okay, I don't think that's the right
That
way.
doesn't work. Okay, so does Bishop G6 check?
Okay, and if the queen takes.
Then you've got Queen takes H2 check,
Okay.
and then and after
And the
and
king
King
has to go
G4, and
here.
now is it
What? This is
is it?
so difficult.
Oh yeah, now does Queen G3 check? No, Queen. Oh well, okay. I would say, and now Queen D3 check.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah, same. Queen g2 also works, I guess, same diagonal. But
Yeah, same diagonal exactly.
that's.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's mad, isn't it?
Oh my goodness. Wait. So here, what do you have to play after Queen
So
g1? You. Wait.
you
Sorry.
have do you have to play
After
King?
h6, you shouldn't take the pawn.
No, maybe King H4 is the best. No, that King H4
Okay,
maybe.
and now you can block with the queen, or what?
Yes, yeah, exactly. And
And
there's no
after this check
you go up the board.
to
You go to
g4.
H5. No, to
Oh.
H5. And now there's no more.
Oh, there are no more checks. Yes,
If bishop f3, you just take the h pawn, and if that you play, you take
you
the
can
h pawn,
take, and your king
and,
is
and
escaped.
now you're yeah, exactly, you're safe.
Oh my goodness! Oh,
Yeah.
damn! So in the game, this was they found it. Wait, here. Sorry, here they shouldn't take the queen. They should play something else to take it for free, somehow.
Okay. Oh, like queen g5 check.
Yeah, queen g5, and now you can't defend the queen. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
now you can take the queen for free.
Yeah. And then that's much easier. Yeah.
But if you take it now, still not. This is still very difficult.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So if you can find a way to trade queens, then that would be good. But now this is going to be a slow grind.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Do you know chess is a brutal game.
That is
It's
crazy.
it's a brutal game. You play great for the whole game, and then you make one mistake, one slip up,
Oh my goodness.
and it just goes switching over. Oh, what happened in? Just looking at the people. Uh,
A lot of queen and pawn end games.
Connor Sheehan, what? Oh, and Yannick's still playing.
Yannick is playing.
Yannick
Brian's.
is trying to win. Is he?
Okay, so Yannick has the
Or is
pawn
he?
up.
But King f3, King f5, Rook check. No, it's yeah, he's got chances. Oh yeah, look at this. Look at this variation, Diana. Right. Okay. So, uh, say okay, it's white to play here, isn't it? Yeah. So King f3,
Okay.
King f5,
Okay.
Rook f thingamajig check.
Okay. King
Um,
here.
King there, Rook say b6.
B7.
Oh, so b7,
Yeah.
b7, b7. Yeah. Rook b3 check. King e4. Rook e3 mate.
Yeah.
Shakalaka boom.
Ooh. Wait, what happened? Yeah,
Yeah,
that
that
would
was.
be nice. Yeah, this is a nice mate. It actually happens to me a lot online.
Oh, does it?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think it. Yeah, it's a weird one. Like the knight and rook. It's a
Yeah,
very random mate.
yeah, yeah. It is.
Because you wouldn't. Yeah, you're not expecting it. You don't. Because you
And
don't
very,
even need the pawn.
yeah, and very frustrating
Yeah.
when it happens to you. I'd say.
Yeah, very frustrating.
Yeah, but I know I like that mate. I like uh, giving it anytime I can. So. Soda, you can beat 2200 rated engines, but I can't beat a 1400. Well, you see, that 1400 rated person may be a new member who's actually about 2500, and is just starting to play on chess.com or Chess. So that might be why. Okay, so that's that game,
Okay.
which it's level, yeah. So what else is there? But Yannick's
In
got
the
a minute, so
Masters.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's difficult to know.
Okay, there's one game left in the championship, and it's queen
Okay.
and king versus king and c pawn and f pawn.
That's okay. That should be easy to win. If I was black, oh no, it's white to move. Okay, so white to move.
Okay, so king e6, or
Yeah,
maybe.
but king e6. Then I'm just going to play. I'm going to play queen g7 and to f8, and
Yep.
now you can't bring the pawn up. You push the pawn a few more squares,
Yeah.
but you just bring the king in closer, push White's king away, and then win the pawn, and then
Yeah.
win the queen and king against king. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, so that's
once you can get your queen in front of the passed pawn, then you can easily win it because you can bring
yeah,
your king to attack
it's
the
very
pawn.
simple. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so
Okay, so what other games are there? Or should we just stop now?
in
Go for lunch?
I'll stay to just watch the last two games. But
Okay.
if you need,
Is it just two games left?
yeah.
Oh,
Well, I mean
Brian's and
that one is still going on, but it'll probably finish soon. The one with the F pawn.
yeah.
But the masters, Yannick and Brian are still playing.
Okay. And in the lower, does everybody's finished in
Yeah,
the challengers, I guess?
yeah,
Okay.
everyone's finished. But because we can start a bit later, anyways, when the openings are um
Right.
a bit
Yeah,
slower.
yeah,
But
yeah,
this,
yeah.
yeah,
Okay. Okay. Right. Listen, thank you very much, Diana. I'm going to get some lunch,
yeah.
and I will try and get some stories for everybody, um, and come back in about an hour,
Okay,
for round three.
yeah, sounds good.
And
See
you're
you.
going to hold the fort.
Yes.
Okay,
Okay,
folks. Thank you very
I'll
much.
see you in a bit.
Cheerio. Okay. Bye bye.
Bye. All right, 1 second, darlings. Okay. So, um, wait, let me just. Okay. Okay. What did I want to say? Okay, so Yannick is maybe trying to win. He has an extra pawn. And White is trying to hold it, but I guess according to the eval bar, this should be a draw. Wonder if it's to do with the pressure of knowing it's a real player. That definitely is a thing. Also, bots play very weird moves. Like, they're not really programmed to well, obviously not programmed to play like humans because that's impossible, but sometimes they will just make a random blunder to even out the rating, which is something that a human wouldn't really do. Yeah, unless it's the highest rated. And sometimes there are lines where there's like an only move that's obvious to a human, but the bots are maybe programmed to not make the top moves or something like that. I don't know how they're programmed, but I've seen a lot of. Every time I see bot games, it's because they make a very weird blunder just to even out. They'll play. So if you attack them, they will defend perfectly if you're threatening like a checkmate or something. They always defend really well, but they don't maybe make the best moves when it's their turn to attack. They're gonna have a very short break. Poor players, Yannick and Robert, because it's already 3:30. 2:30 Irish time, and the next game starts in 30 minutes. I guess there's a 15-minute delay, so 45 minutes, but. So maybe this game could have already finished. Well, probably not. I don't know. Maybe. Because there is a 15-minute delay. But that is enough time for a singular biscuit. Yeah, that's really tough. That's the problem with double round days, is that you don't get enough time in between, and you're still, especially if you have a crazy game and you lose, you know, in a tough way, like in Brian Gallagher's game here. What just happened? Because actually, Black was completely winning. Not completely, but what Black was a pawn up, and now. Oh, sorry. Let me just get a double round day. It just means 2 rounds in one day, So this is the morning round, and there will be one round after this. But wait, what happened here? Because black gave back some material. I mean, this is going to be a slow grind anyways, but he took the D pawn, and now white can take the H pawn, which is going to be difficult because now the H pawn is a pass pawn, and you don't want to deal with that. Sorry, actually also C6 is hanging, which is the main problem because you take there with check. So here you shouldn't allow that. So maybe you can just give a check. If the king goes to f1, then you can take the pawn with check. And if the king just moves somewhere else, well, you don't want to let white check you, so you can just activate your king. But this check is going to be annoying, so actually I'm not sure. Anyways, what happened? Once the other pawn is gone, this is just going to be a draw. Okay. Well, draw is a fair result because Brian was completely winning, but then Cornelius was winning, and now it's equal. I mean, maybe Brian should have won with an extra queen, but it was difficult. Well, then Cornelius actually could have won the bishop won the queen for free, which would lead him with an extra bishop. So that would have been much more straightforward. So draw is a fair result. Draw is a fair result. Unless they make more blunders. So these are the only 2 games left. Yeah, these are the only 2 games left. Okay. King E1. That was just played. Okay, black is trying to push the pawn. But can you just trade queens? You can just trade queens. And then this is a draw because black king has to stay on the H pawn and white king has to stay on the D pawn. So this is just a draw if white wants a draw, which I think they should take. So D4, queen check, winning the trading queens is just an easy draw. What's the average rating of this turn? There are 4 different sections. So in the top section, you can see all the details in the link here. Okay, queen f7 was played. This is going to be a draw. Let's see what other... There's one more game. Okay, so Yannick is the last game. I think this happens very often. I think this has happened before in Sligo. Last game. Let's hope it doesn't last too long. For his sake. For their sake. Okay. So, rook is going after the b pawn. You have to... Oh, wait, sorry. Black lost their extra pawn. How did black lose the extra pawn? He was going for a win, but now the pawn is gone. The knight had to move. Okay, so wait. The knight... Okay, so white is threatening to go check. What is white threatening? Why does the knight have to move? Have we seen the updated Cornell game? It's gone. But wait, rook d6. Wait, sorry. I'm just trying to understand here. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, rook d6 is being threatened. The king has to move, and then you take on d5. Yes, you're right. Sorry, I missed that. So rook d8. Now the knight has to move because you can't defend against that. And okay, once that pawn is gone, now this is just... I mean, okay, you just need to defend it. Knight d5 or... What other ways is there to defend? You can just play knight d5. Yeah, knight d5 was played, rook b8. The thing is, the b pawn is scarier than the d pawn, so maybe now there are some chances. b3, yeah, makes sense. How do you stop the pawn? Check, check. Knight here, then you can protect the queening square. Okay, bishop h8 was played, which looks not great. How do you convert this? Bishop h8 is a very weird move because I guess you have no other moves, but bishop h8 is very limiting for your bishop. You need to stop this pawn. If you can sacrifice the bishop for the pawn, then maybe it's just going to be a draw, but bishop h8... This pawn is going to be really difficult to stop. Your pawn is in the way. Actually, if black could take it for free, black wouldn't even want it because you don't want to open up the bishop. So king e1. And now you can play rook b2 to defend. Okay, so rook d2 was played, king g3. King went the other way. Okay, now you can push the pawn. Maybe you want to attack the rook instead. But now, knight c3 and b1 is coming. How do you stop that? Or king here, and then knight c3. Yeah, bishop h8 is leaving. I don't know. Yeah, b2. Now, Yannick has managed to convert this, but shouldn't have ended like this. Yeah, this is the thing that you want to be avoiding. It's better to lose in 10 minutes than and have a big break than to play and use up all your brain power, and then you're going to be exhausted and disappointed and annoyed, and you're going to struggle to get over the loss. And then the next game is going to start, and it's hard to get back into that mindset. Especially in just 30 minutes. That's not a lot of time. And you need food. You need fuel as well. Pull an extra piece from your sleeve and pretend it was there the whole time. Yeah. Okay, I think this is going to be game over in a bit. Well, maybe not in a bit, but what is white going to play? Because knight c3 is coming. That's the problem. But then you're actually playing, even if you do play knight c3 and you get a queen, the rook can just never mind. Never mind, I thought you would actually just take the knight and the pawn, but you can't. Check, always give check. Okay, let's see. So rook check, then king d3. And now you can bring your king to c7, and then you can block with the knight and then get a queen. Now what? Maybe you actually don't want to move your knight because you don't want the d pawn to move so that you can take here. Yeah, this is... You didn't calculate more than one move. Okay. There's not much time, so at least we're gonna be seeing some quick moves. I'm gonna snack on some grapes. Rook should check the king. I don't think the rook should move from the b file though, because if you move to e8, it's just helping black do what they want to do. They want to play king d3, king c2, so that check doesn't help. There's actually nothing that white can do. It's just game over. What can white do? There's nothing. Your bishop is doing nothing. Oh, I'm sorry. Rook e3. Wait, rook e3? That's just a free rook though. The pawn is going this way. But even if it wasn't free, the knight is covering that square. Flip the table and walk out of the room, yeah. Okay, 6 seconds. Will he make a move? Maybe he did resign. No, he played bishop e5. Okay. Bishop h8 back to e5. Sure. Now knight c3 is just game over. He can't stop the pawn. Will knight c3 be on the board? Oh, okay, he resigned. I think he resigned. All right, darlings, that is it for round 2. Good to see you guys in here. I like having the room to myself sometimes, but actually I prefer when Jonathan is here so that I can have more energy. But actually I have a lot of energy anyways. So I've been saving it up for when I need it. I will see you guys in the 4th round. Sorry, in the 3rd round. The 2nd round of the day. And we're starting again in 20 minutes, but we will start the stream a little bit later. So I will just put it on for. Will there be videos? Yes, all the VODs will be up. They're also on YouTube already. So if you go to YouTube in the linked comment, all the videos are saved there on the live section of YouTube. Yeah, so yesterday's stream is also there. Next round is starting in 20 minutes. There will be a 15-minute delay, so actually it's starting in 35 minutes, but we will start the stream in 1 hour because I'm gonna go get some food. So I will put it on starting soon. And I will see you guys for round 3. Round 3. There are 3 rounds to go. Okay, everyone. I won't raid because we will be back in a bit. So, yeah. See you guys later. Goodbye.